cybersecurity analyst Pierluigi Paganini joins me from Naples, Italy for more on this. And Pierluigi, first off, how do you know if you have spyware on your phone?
We have to consider that we have different type of spyware depending on their complexity. Some common spyware could be easily detected by common antivirus software, but there are also spyware that could be not easily detected and can be injected even without user interaction, like Pegasus spyware. I can tell you that common anti-malware and defense solutions are not effective against such kind of complex spyware.
So what exactly is Pegasus and what can it do to your phone or with your phone?
Your description of Pegasus was perfect. Perfect because Pegasus is a surveillance spyware developed by the Israeli surveillance firm NSO Group. It is a legitimate software that is sold exclusively to governments and law enforcement agencies and have to be used only in investigation against crime and terrorism. It could infect both Android and iPhone devices. The spyware allows the operators to take full control of the device, controlling communication, instant messaging application, the microphone, the camera. It is also able to exfiltrate any kind of documents and file that is stored on the device. I can tell you that it can turn mobile devices in a perfect spying system.
So how exactly does the spyware bypass the phone's security system? I mean, is this something that a person accepts a message, like an email when you can get hacked in that way?
It uses a so-called zero-day exploit. This means that it is able to trigger specific vulnerabilities that are not known at the time of the attacks, so-called zero-day issues. And using these issues, it makes it impossible to detect the intrusion on a mobile device.
So we know about hacks, amateur hacks that happen all the time, and that's one thing, but how difficult is it to protect from these expert, well-funded attacks?
I have a bad news for you. It's quite impossible for common people to detect the presence of surveillance spyware on their devices. It is quite impossible to find evidence of the presence of such kind of malware without conducting a specific deep forensic analysis on the device that have to be carried out by malware experts.
So do you see these attacks happening more and more? Because it seems like almost every week we're hearing about a hack or a cyber attack somewhere around the world on people's phones, on infrastructure. I mean, is this becoming the wave of the future where governments are going to use this method as sort of a new futuristic way to attack intelligence or enemies?
It depends on the level of technologies in our society. The level of technology is increasing. We are surrounded by any kind of devices that has a software and hardware that use a specific firmware that are also a specific kind of software. And every software has a vulnerability. An attacker could be able to find the vulnerability and exploit it in order to change the behavior of such devices. So it depends on the level of technologies that is increasing, and I can tell you that in the future the situation will go worse.
That's certainly not what we want to hear, but we thank you for your time, Pierluigi Paganini. Thank you.